Excellent. Now, I know I heard from Concepcion who said she's coming, so we will wait just a minute and super excited. Super excited for today. So I love doing these workshops.
Cool.
I love being in them.
You love being in them.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a little side distraction, so I may need to run off here and there, but anyway,
All right.
I still love being here.
Now I got it. There we go. All right. Welcome back. Day 4. I can't even believe it. I I was just sharing. Oh, that's not what you want to see. That's what you want to see. I was sharing, Moira, before you came on, how much I absolutely love doing these workshops. So thank you for being here and for the workshop. And there are several people that have been on Team Replay that I've been hearing from in the workshop and in the chat. So great job listening to the replays and, staying engaged. So I want to just start and take a moment and just kind of notice where you are right now compared to where you were on Monday. Because look at what we've done this week, right? Day 1, we started to look at the negotiation, where you've been negotiating. And for many of you, it was really the first time you've ever even considered that you were negotiating. And you saw maybe the deal that you have been making with yourself and the one that's been running your life, your decisions, your results. And that is in and of itself is not a small thing. Then day 2, we went deeper and you started to identify the specific belief running the show. You traced how it rippled out, how the belief impacts the things, the motion, the actions that you'll take or don't take. And you saw more negotiations, that how they're shaping your thoughts. And you saw that you don't have to excavate your whole history. You don't have to revisit, go down that rabbit hole, revisit the traumas, do all of that. You just have to be willing to let it work on you. And then day 3, you got a little sense of what it feels like, a real taste of what it feels like when the belief loses its charge, when the negotiation goes quiet, when your super conscious gets to run the show instead. And some of you felt something shift that you've never felt before. Concepcion shared something really powerful in the Facebook group, how it's been robbing her joy. So, what you experienced on day 3, and I want to be really honest here, is just a taste. And it's really a real, genuine, powerful taste of what becomes possible when this work is done fully. But a taste is not a full meal, is it? It just makes you a little bit hungry for more. And so to fully and completely neutralize the subconscious belief, to remove it at the root, so it stops running your decisions, your emotions, your life, that takes more than what we can do together in a 4-day workshop. So what we did this week was show you the door. The Elevation Lab is how you walk through it. And today is about becoming. Today, we get to integrate everything from this week so it doesn't just sound good, but you can start to really feel it and see a new future so that it begins to live in the foundation for what comes next. So I'd love to hear, drop in the chat, what's your biggest shift this week? It can be one word, one sentence, anything. Drop it in the chat. Let me hear. Okay, got it. Hi, Concepcion. Yes. Awesome. I can't always see everybody. There she is. Gosh, I haven't seen you in more than I was sharing Concepcion that the last time we saw each other was um before you had your child, I think. So, been a long time. Been a long, long time. Okay. So let's see. Total transformation. Okay. Just a little thing, huh, Ronnie? Um, all right. Awesome. Okay. So let's dive in. The 11 statements. Yes. The 11 core beliefs that, they kind of sometimes can tie together, but, they sadly stand on their own as well. So, are you ready for today? Because today comes something new, something exciting. Oh, Concepcion, not a big one, just the big one was no shame wanting what I want. Yes, 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 yes. All right, so let's go. Let's get this party started. So we've spent the 4 days naming the negotiation, seeing the beliefs, feeling what shifts when they lose their charge. And today I want to take you somewhere. Not back into the patterns, of course, and not into now in analyzing something, but forward. And I want you to meet someone. And she's been waiting for you. She knows you. She's lived what you're moving toward. She's on the other side of everything that you've been carrying. She is you 10 years from now. This is what I call the uncompromised you. Some of you may not know my business is the uncompromised woman because that moment after on my birthday when everything changed, the one thing I knew was I was no longer going to compromise. So for the next 15 or so minutes, I want you to do just one thing. I'm going to walk you through a visualization or a meditation and let her show you who you've become when you stop negotiating with your own potential. So get comfortable, take a breath, and if it feels good, whoops, I'm trying to bring this up here. If it feels broken, just close your eyes or at least just drop them down a little bit. Maybe put your hand on your heart if that feels good and just take some conscious breaths. I always love to start this way because you can notice how things slow down and you can drop into your heart. And you may want to have a pen and paper. I should have led with that, but if you have a pen and paper near you, you might want that at the end. So just start letting your body relax, letting your eyes relax, your jaw, your cheeks. Just noticing your breath as you inhale and exhale. Imagine that your body is a body of water. And as you take a breath and you release it, just allow any tension that you're carrying to melt away. Imagine as your body is this body of water that maybe as the tension washes away, it causes a ripple on the top of the water moving away from you. And then you're left with this calm, reflective, smooth body of water. And bring your attention now to your feet. Notice if you're carrying any tightness or stress in your feet and just soften there, let it out. Move on up into your calves and your shins and relax. Soften your knees. Just moving your attention upward, releasing any tension in any parts of your body as you move through. Moving up into your hips and your pelvic area, up into your belly, your torso, your chest. Just allowing the tension to seep away. Up into your shoulders, let them drop. Just let the tension melt down. Relax your brow. Release your arms. And now bring your attention to the spot on your forehead right between your eyes. And I just invite you to notice a beam of light that's stretching out right from the point of your forehead. And notice if that beam of light has a color or even a set of colors. Notice the quality. And just notice that this beam of light stretches all the way up and out of this room that you're in, out of the building. And notice that it actually stretches all the way up into the clouds, shines into the sky, and beyond. And now imagine that you're traveling on this beam of light. Imagine you're floating up and everything is safe. Let yourself walk along this beam out of the room, following the beam upward. Allow that beam to just take you higher and higher. Notice the building where you started from, just getting smaller. Notice the beauty of the sky, the sun, if there's clouds. And just start to view your city or town below you. And as you travel faster and higher, start to see your whole region, maybe even your whole state or country, as it gets smaller and smaller as you move up and up, until you can see the entire beautiful globe of blue and green and white, and just enjoy the view. And continue to travel upward until you're in this blue-black space, silent, velvety, dark. And now notice that there's another beam right next to the one that you're standing on. And you may notice what color and quality of that beam is, and notice that this beam stretches all the way back down towards Earth. This beam stretches down 10 years into the future. So 10 years from now. Go ahead and step in onto that beam and let it gracefully carry you down. Notice the earth starting to come into focus again, the contours starting to get clearer and larger in your view. Enjoy passing through the clouds if there's any, and just make your way down. Now, as you begin to get closer to Earth, start to notice that you're going to the home of your future self, yourself 10 years from now. Start to notice that the beam is taking you to meet that future self. Notice what part of the world are you in? Continue riding the beam down, enjoying the views below, and follow it all the way until it takes you to the home of your future self and drops you off right there. Take a look around. What kind of place is this? What is it like there? Where is it? What does it feel like? Is it the same place where you came from? Is it a different location, a different country, a different home? Is it a different landscape? Just notice as you look around, this is your future self 10 years from now. And as you notice the home, make your way towards the door. And as you approach the door, see that your future self is coming to the door to warmly greet you and welcome you and just take in her presence, her face, her warmth, her smile, and let her invite you inside. And now notice what the inside of her house is like. Notice as she offers you something to drink and something to eat, just observe what it feels like. And she brings you to one of her favorite spots in the house for a chat. She is present and ready to listen to you and to share with you. So just get comfortable. Notice anything that you want to notice as you sit there with your future self. And now ask her what has mattered most to her over the last 10 years. Now, she may answer in words or just a feeling. Maybe it's an image or a facial expression. Just listen, just notice to how she's communicating or what she has to say. Now ask her, what do I need to know to get from where I am to where you are? Listen to her answer, and again, may come in words, maybe an expression or an image or just a certain feeling. Just be open to receive the answer. Now ask her, what will help me to sing my true song? Let the answer surprise you too. And go ahead and ask her any other questions about anything that you'd like to ask her, big, small. You can ask her about something you're dealing with now, a dilemma, a tough situation, or anything else you'd like to hear her perspective about. And just take her in and take in your visit, everything that she shared with you. Ask her if there's anything else she would like you to know. And now you're going to bring your visit with her to a close, knowing you can come back and visit her anytime. So thank her for her wisdom and guidance she's offered you. And notice as you are bringing your conversation to a close, she says, wait, wait, wait. I have a parting gift for you. She's very excited to give it to you. Go ahead and take the gift, thank her, make your way out of the house, find your way back to the beam, and just thank her, however that is. High five, an embrace, whatever that is. And go ahead and jump on that beam that brought you down and allow it to carry you upward again. And you can watch her home getting smaller and smaller beneath you as you move through the clouds or the sky all the way up to that dark blue-black space. Now notice as you're there, you see the beam that brought you to the last beam and will travel you back to where you came from. Step on it and allow it to bring you down into present time. And as you travel downward, maybe you reflect on your meeting with your future self. As you notice Earth coming back into focus, the landscape of your part of the world, your home, back into the room where you began your journey. Now start to come back into your body, maybe open your eyes, look around the room, become present to being here right now. And if you like, I invite you to journal or write down anything surprising that you heard from your future self. I'll give you a minute to do that. Maybe what was her presence like? What was the gift she gave you? All right, well, I'd love to hear from you. What did you learn? What did you see? Was there something surprising? Put it in the chat, or you can come off mute, whichever you want. And just to, one word, one sentence, just what did you get present to in meeting your future self? What was it like? What was she like? She wants me to love myself like I'm loving others. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. I know I have to give you time to type here. She was calm, sweet, deep. She said to stop struggling and I will float. Yes. Beautiful. You just want to notice. Look at what you saw in this woman that you're becoming. That woman is not a fantasy. She's not out of reach. She's not available to everyone, just to you. And she's the version of you that exists on the other side of this work. And I want to be honest again that this is something important, okay? This week you really saw beliefs. You named the negotiation, you traced the patterns, you got a real taste of what shifts when that charge begins to loosen, and we haven't fully neutralized anything. To fully rewire a subconscious belief, to completely neutralize the emotional charge that has been keeping it alive and running your decisions, it takes a minute to go all the way in and remove it at the root so it stops shaping your reality. And that takes more than 4 days. I wish it didn't have to. It probably took you more than 4 days to get that belief cemented in and impacting you. So, what we did this week was show you the door. We showed you exactly what's been running underneath. We showed you that it can shift, and you met your future self. The elevation lab is how you walk all the way through. And that's where the full reconfiguration happens. That is where the beliefs get fully neutralized, where the subconscious gets fully rewired, where the woman that you just met stops being a vision and starts being who you actually are. And here's what I want you to really hear. She didn't get there by pushing harder, by doing more, by white knuckling her way through another year of the same patterns. She got there because she stopped negotiating. She stopped letting the subconscious run the show. She stopped pretending the stuff she'd been shoving down for years wasn't actually there, and that it wasn't actually costing her everything: her joy, her fulfillment, her performance, her taking on the things that matter to her. That's what's available to you, not someday, not when the timing is better, but when you feel, not when you feel more ready, but now. So, um, I love my workshops because I always have clients in here because every time they get something new. And I love, Ronnie, would you just share with me what you shared with me before we started today? Because this is it. This is the work, you guys. Ronnie?
Well, between what we were doing in this workshop, and I did a map session last night with Geo, I took some little tiny steps. I recently redid my LinkedIn page and shared it out there. And I met a lady yesterday and I friended her. And today, LinkedIn pops up with a couple of other people that you might like to know. Okay, so I friended one of those people. And he wrote back to me and he says, I love everything I see. We have a lot of the same passions, and I'd love to get together and talk with you more. And it turns out he is actually a client of this woman that I met yesterday. And she and I were talking about the possibility of a partnership. So here it is now. I've already made a connection with one of her clients who wants to meet with me. And this little girl inside of me that has felt that I wasn't relevant, that people wouldn't want to talk with me, has been giggling since I got his message today.
Yeah. It's really, thank you, Ronnie. This work allows for what seems like magic, coincidences. It's when your super conscious is conspiring for you instead of your subconscious keeping you small. That's the possibility of things. So I love that because it doesn't take weeks for these miracles, if you will, to show up. I don't want to call them miracles, just magic, right? I guess there's not much difference. But anyway, I don't have the word for it, right? It's the flow. So thank you for sharing that, Ronnie. So again, this week you got a taste of what becomes possible when the negotiation loses its grip. And I want you to sit with something for a moment. What would be possible if losing the impact of negotiating all the time, what would be possible if that was available to you every single day? What What would it be like if you woke up in the morning and knowing that you could create anything, that you could be yourself, that you would be taking action on what matters and not negotiating if it's too much or it's too late? What would it be like if you were free to be in flow? What if you could continue to just continue to neutralize the beliefs as they come up, because they will. What you created today is just, or this week, what you saw this week is just a little nano of a belief that you saw. What if you were able to continue to rewire these beliefs, continue to expand, continue to become that future self that you met today? What would your life look like if that was just how you operated? So here's what I want you to know and understand again is that this week is powerful. It was real, but we've only touched the surface of what's possible. So the beliefs, the patterns, the negotiations, it's just the beginning of what's there underneath. The subconscious is thinking, I forget, there's actually a statistic on the number of thoughts that you have in a minute. It's in the billions. So there's a lot of thoughts that you're having that that you're not even consciously aware of. Your subconscious is running, remember this, I think this was day one, 90 to 95% of everything you do. And some of it's useful, like breathe, right? That's useful. You don't want to have to think about breathing. But that you're not good enough is not very useful. But it operates underneath just like breathing, like your subconscious telling you to breathe. And the truth is, when you go all the way in, when you fully neutralize those beliefs one by one, when you rewire the subconscious patterns that have been running your show for years, everything becomes available. The version of you that you just met in that visualization, the calm, the confidence, the clarity, the unshakableness, the knowing of who you are and what you're here to create. That doesn't have to be a vision to visit once in a workshop. That can be who you actually are every single day as you continue to create and expand and become, and that's what's possible in the Elevation Lab. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly. This is, so you have all the information. See if I can get there. It's a 4-month program. You break through that invisible ceiling, the subconscious beliefs that have kept that ceiling down and you can't see it, to finally create what you've been putting off, the beliefs that sabotaged you cleared, the dreams you forgot alive, the woman that you're capable of being is embodied. So you've done the work, but your inner world feels scrambled, feels stuck like in that quicksand, that neurological quicksand. Concepcion, sign me up. Yes, got it. This is what's possible. We're removing that leg from the quicksand, one leg at a time, getting you out, rewiring you. So again, this is what you get. There's two. There's the core where you get the recalibration intensive private call with me. We go deep. You get the activate and magnetize calls live twice a week. The lab for the deep recalibration once a week. All these calls are live. Everything is also recorded, so you can come back and revisit them. I try and do the activate and magnetize calls every single morning personally. So I bring in different experts of all different kinds. We have business people, we have writers. So I'm looking at all the different types of people that I can bring in, just an extra thing. And I have resources for you, including a recording of meeting that future self so you can do that again. And then there's the VIP, and this is for somebody that is on a mission. Like, I need to move through this quickly. I need more support. I want to work with you one-on-one. You also get everything in the core, but you also get private sessions with me. You have access to me pretty much 24/7. I don't respond if I'm sleeping, but otherwise I do respond. So, and again, the 4 months, so the core is 1747. This is the workshop price, and the VIP is the 2647. I do have payment plans available. If you are interested, if that supports you, we can absolutely make it work. So, and I want to go over, here's my invitation, and I want to talk about what this call actually is, because it's a conversation, just you and me. We slow down, we look at what this week has opened up for you, what it would actually take to go all the way in. This is no pressure, no agenda, just really clarity. And if the Elevation Lab feels like home and we think it's a good fit, because this is a community and I don't take it lightly when people join my programs. I want to make sure that it's a good fit for what you want to accomplish. So we will look together and make sure it's a good fit. And if it is, and that's the path you want to take, then we will get you started. And how you book that call is you can use the QR code and or go to the connectwithgeo.com. How long is the VIP program in place? I'm not sure what that means beyond the 4 months. Just take yourself off mute, Concepcion, or type it in. I'm not sure what you're asking. The program is 4 months.
Okay, no, as you said that it's a 4-month program, but I wondered if the VIP program then goes beyond the 4 months, or is everything just 4 months?
It's
and
all 4
what
months.
happens after that? Because
Yeah. Uh-oh, I think you froze.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck. I heard that. I think I heard stuck.
I think your question might be about what happens after 4 months.
Yeah, so here's the truth of it. I have people, Kathy is one of them, that we've had several people who just come back for another 4 months and then another 4 months. I think, Kathy, this is your third or fourth time. I don't even know. So Sarah, who wasn't in here today, has been here from the very originating of this program. So I hope that you're hearing this, but after the 4 months, you can just come back and do another 4 months. So we build a community. I see you're back. Did you hear my response, Concepcion?
No.
No. Okay. So after the 4 months, people will renew and just do another 4 month block. I think she's frozen again. Maybe I can. Kathy, can you type it in the chat for me? All right, Concepcion, are you back? No. All right. Concepcion, book a call and then we can talk about everything there. All right, any other questions, or this call is for you. I know Moira and I are talking tomorrow. So and I've got a couple of other people that were on Team Replay that are booked as well, but I'm sure there's still spots available. So, all right. So you just I really want to acknowledge you, because look at what you just did, right? It takes something, to be honest, your subconscious was probably fighting tooth and nail for you to even show up here. Because just putting yourself in this program threatens subconscious beliefs. So I just mentioned Team Replay. So shout outs to Bonnie and Shannon and Charlotte and Mary and Jen, who I've been hearing from through the week. Some people haven't quite got through all the sessions yet. Some have shared in the Facebook group. So shout out to all y'all. I see you. I got you. I'm so glad you're here. So, but everybody, you guys, you showed up. And when life is happening, when the voice in your head said you had other things to do, you showed up anyway. And in 4 days, you did something that most people will never, honestly, some people will never do in a whole lifetime. You looked at the negotiation, you named it, you traced it, you felt what happens when it starts to lose power, and you met the woman actually underneath all of it. And that takes courage. So don't minimize that. Be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. So book your call. I'll send it in the email. So we have about 15 minutes left. And so any questions, comments, ahas. Sounds weird when I slow it down. Ahas, I have to say it fast. Ahas, any ahas, yes. Just take yourself off mute. If there's anything you'd like to share, any questions that you have, I will put the recording and the links to book the call in an email. I'm going to turn it over to you. Maybe nothing. Maybe there's nothing left to say. Yeah, Moira.
I just wanted to say thank you for putting all this together. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. And yes, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So yeah.
Yeah, good. I've always, Moira does, she works with people in pain, physical pain. I call her a witch, what did I call you?
Witch doctor.
A witch doctor. Yes, a witch doctor. She's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for anyone? Any questions, comments, ahas? Oh, it sounded like wish doctor. That too. That's a good one. Moira, that's what you should do. You should be the wish doctor.
God, that's amazing. Thank you. I never thought about just taking one letter would make that totally different expression. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The wish doctor. Nothing wrong with being the wish doctor. All right, you guys. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. This is one of my favorite things that I get to do in my business is to do these workshops. I love being with people when they get to see something new and uncover at least a little portion of who they have always wanted to be that maybe they have suppressed for so long. So it's truly an honor to be with you. And thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody, for being here. And I will look forward. I'm talking to Moira and Concepcion. If you want to stay on, we can try and book that call, or you can, okay, just stay on then. All right, go ahead and stay on. The rest of you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Actually, I'll see all of you tomorrow at different points of time. Thank you so much. Bye for now.